bring in Republican strategist, chairman of the Fort Bend County, Texas Republican Party, Bobby Eberle, and also former Obama campaign director, Robin Biro. Guys, great to have you both with us.
Thank you, Bianca. Good to be here.
I mean, to go out and actually, have these organized protests, not my President's Day. Robin, I get it. And I think what's amazing is we live in a country where we can disagree and
thank you.
It's free speech. They can go out and assemble, but you just have to wonder if they're really just doing this for more theatrics here and being all cute about it, the fact they are today again, because they got the headline.
Bianca, I question the efficacy of this because it's just not effective. What would have been effective would have been to have organized and put out the vote before November's election. Right now, though, we need to be concentrating on the midterms and municipal elections. Protesting, sure, I get it. I'm a veteran. I fought for free speech. And it's definitely their right to assemble and have their free speech, but it's just not that effective. We need to be organizing and focusing on the path ahead, Bianca.
Yeah, no, those are all excellent points. And, when I look at it, I also look at what's happening half a world away. Secretary Rubio, Vice President J.D. Vance are talking about negotiating peace deals. They're talking about, looking for Americans' their taxpayer monies and cutting it, Bobby. So I wonder if at some point, to Robin's point, not just the efficacy, but also there's bigger things in play here. Can you separate the person from the policy, I guess? And some of these folks never will.
Right, and that's a good point. And I agree with what Robin was saying. I mean, it's time for the Democrats to focus, maybe get on board with a couple of these policy issues just so they could be on the winning side. I mean, we're talking issues that are 60, 70, 80% popular with the American people. This is what we're focusing on. Looking for, fraud, waste, and abuse. This is something that we should all get on board with. So just from a political sense, rather than protesting, let's get a few wins on both sides and maybe then kind of split hairs and try and figure out how we differentiate ourselves. I'm trying to speak as the Democrat consultant, so I apologize, Robin. But, and get some wins under the belt, because right now the momentum is with Trump. He is steamrolling both here and abroad, and the Democrats can't really figure out what to do with him.
Yeah, well, what he's doing obviously is working in some people's minds. We saw, his approval ratings, Robin. I want to get your reaction to AOC. She hosted a Know Your Rights with ICE webinar on her Facebook page. And, some are saying, is that really what you want to be doing? Tom Homan said maybe she's going to be in trouble now. That's what he's hinting at. He said maybe, learn to read the Constitution. She's saying he can be in trouble. Maybe he should read the Constitution. Obviously there's a lot of questions about, how quickly a lot of these folks can get deported. But it does look like there's some, in the last 24 hours, U.S. Border Patrol encountered just 229 aliens. According to Tom Homan, that was down from 11,000 a day. The numbers are they're staggering. Is that a good look for AOC?
This is a mixed bag. Yes, it's good for people here to know their rights. I'm not going to argue that point. But I want her to read the room. Americans, we lost this election because we were lax. The Democratic Party was very lax on immigration, period. The borders were open, and it was a huge problem. Millions of people came here illegally, and now we've got a problem on our hands. Americans know that. That's why we were handed a loss this time. So read the room.
Yeah, read the room. And, the other thing, too, it does go back to some of the cuts that we've been seeing, too. DOGE is finding, a lot of the NGOs, it was kind of just one big grift there, Bobby, and people don't like to see that.
Right, exactly. So you read the room and you also pick your battles and your enemies. And to start talking Constitution with Tom Homan, who brings it up all the time and quote article and verse on, the government's responsibility, the federal authority to enforce immigration laws and where the states have their limits and where the feds can come in. AOC is on some dangerous ground here because, yes, it's great to enlighten people on rules and regulations. But if you're aiding and abetting, since the ICE is actually going for the worst of the worst right now, she's in a danger zone right now. But to your point, the people they love what they're doing on immigration. They love what they're doing on DOGE, looking for this fraud and waste. It makes the government not just appear, but actually be responsive to the people, responding to their needs and requests, whether it's public safety or their pocketbook. These are issues that resonate, and that's why no matter what the Democrats are saying right now regarding Elon or regarding the border, the American people are winning because Trump is delivering.
Well, appreciate your conversation, your time today. Really fascinating days, and obviously in Riyadh, some potential for peace deals, which is important. We know in the world here. Bobby Eberle, Robin Byro, great to see you both. Thanks for joining us.
All right, friends, thanks again for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And before you go, please hit that subscribe button above. Once you do, tell your friends, share it, spread the word about the 13-minute news hour so we can keep growing. And for more great content, check out these videos right here, and I'll see you next time.